8, what's nice about activity 8, when they give it like this, I'm always very happy. And the reason being is they separate between the three acids. And you know what type of acids do we get? You want the snow, ne? The salt one, the new one, and the old one. And that's what they actually do here for you already. So it makes your life actually way better if they do give it like this. So now let's quickly look. Can you see, first of all, my year starts 1st March 22, which means, when does my year end? 28 February 23. Okay, let's make sure. They say here, complete the columns, blah, blah, blah. Yes, can you see the note? 28 February 23. Okay, so now, let's look. I must just get all my stuff ready. So if I look at this, it means the year I'm working with starts 1st of March 22, ends 23 Feb 23. So if I look at number 1, ZZ. So ZZ, I already bought the 1st of January 2020. Can you see? I didn't sell it, and I most definitely didn't buy it in this financial year. So this is my old one. Okay. This one I sold. So this is the sold one. This one, can you see, I bought it during the year, the 1st of June. So this is the new one. There's your snow. Okay. So now what do they want me to do? Firstly, they want me to complete the columns of the asset register by calculating the depreciation, the accumulated, and the carry value on vehicles for vehicle XX22. So it's this one, the one we're going to sell. Okay, and I'm quite sure they gave you the asset register. So there's the asset register. What do I see? They give me the cost, which is my first important thing to know. Second thing is I want to know what method are they using, and they say it's the diminishing balance. Okay, so let's start. I bought it 1st September 2020, because that's what they told me here. It's bought 1st September 2020. Now what do I know? I know I always calculate depreciation the last day of the financial year. Right, the last day. So I'm not going to work 1st September till next year 1st September. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to work 1st September till my year ends, my financial year. And that's why I'm using 28 February, because my year ends 28 February. Okay, so now if I look at that, September, October, November, December, January, February, 6 months. So, first year, now can you see it's his first year, so he's new. And when it's new, you always take the cost price times the percentage times the months. So my depreciation is 18. My accumulated is going to be the same, because this is the first time that I am using or calculating depreciation, right? My carry value, I take the cost price, in other words, every time I take the 180 and I subtract the accumulated to date, meaning 180 less 18 is going to give me 162. Is everybody with me? Okay. So now, since I'm working on the diminishing balance method, I'm going to use the carry value every time. Can you see now? We start 1st of March till 28 February. So I take the 162, 20%, and now I have it the whole year. So this is going to give me 32,400. Is that right? You guys have to work with me, ne? Plus the 18 gives me 50,400. Carry value will be 180 less 50,400. And that gives me 129,600. What's the alternative way to get to 129,600? Instead of saying the cost price less the accumulated, how else can I get it?
Carry value minus depreciation.
That's it. I can take the carry value less the depreciation. Will also give me that amount. Right. Okay. Now the next year comes. So I say 129,600, 20%, but now I sold it. I sold it 1st of June. Okay, so let's count. March, because I had it the whole March. April, May. Did I have it June? No. Can you see it's only 3 months? Okay. So what does that give me? Okay, and 50 plus that gives me 56,880, and my carry value would be?
123,120.
Okay. Everybody happy? You guys must ask me because I'm redoing this. So actually you guys should know what's going on already, né? So just make sure that you understand everything. Okay. So this one is done. Prepare the asset disposal account in the ledger. Now when I do an asset disposal T account, the first thing I do is I write down, can I just give you steps? When I do an asset disposal T, the first thing on both sides, né? You write the date of disposal. Okay, that's the first thing you do. Okay. The second thing would be the cost price. Third thing would be the accumulated depreciation, which would be the opening balance plus the pro rata, né? The fourth thing would be the selling price, and then the next thing would be, did I make a profit or a loss? So let's follow the steps. Number 1, both sides, the date. When did I sell this? June the 1st, 22. And please, that is literally the only date that goes into this T. Don't go right the end of the year or the start of the year there. This is the only date. So now let's do the cost price. Now I know the cost price was the original price I paid for it, 180. Okay. Next I want the accumulated depreciation. Now in a test you can abbreviate, but you're not going to ACD me. Okay? You're going to at least say accumulated depreciation on vehicles. This is the smallest you can go. Please. Now what do I want? I want the opening balance. And they tell me here, if I look, the total accumulated was 50,400 the start of the year. 50,400. Now, what was the pro rata? Now, if I go look here, can you see the pro rata is that 6,480. Okay. 6,480. Is everybody with me? You sure? Okay. Now I say those two together gives me the 56,880. Can you see if you did it like this exercise? It's literally that one that you're going to transfer. Okay. Then the selling price. How did I sell it? They say it was traded in. So I know, and you know, let me just say that if I sell cash, it's bank. If I sell on credit, it's debtors control. If I trade in, it's creditors control. Ne? Because what is a trade in? A trade in is literally when I buy a new vehicle and I sell my old vehicle all with the same person. Ne? I buy and sell from the same person. That's why it's a trade-in. Okay. So now they say it's a trade-in, so I'm going to write creditors control. And how much did I trade it in? For 130. Now I need to calculate it. I make a profit or a loss. Now for me personally, it's easiest to see which side just to balance, right? So now, if I look, can I see if I add this, it gives me 186. And 186 is more than 180, right? So it means I'm going to balance on this side. You can just draw a double line. So it's going to be profit on asset disposal, and it's going to be 6880. Right. Happiness. Asset disposal would never have a balance. If it has a balance, it means I didn't follow all the steps. It means one of these steps are not there. Then I'll have a balance. Okay. So, now, complete the notes to the financial statements. So this is note 3. So let's go look. Note 3. What is my 3 assets the start of the year? It's most the 90, the old one, the sold one, because I haven't sold it yet. And am I going to add the new one? No, because I haven't bought it yet, right? So now this gives me 270. My accumulated is going to be these two added together, ne? So it gives me 84,720. So my carry value, can you see this is a different format than what we used to? Because we are used to block and top, ne? Okay. So let's go on. This gives me 82. Can anybody help me?
185.
Okay, thank you. Movements. I have an addition, which is the new one. I have a disposal, and the disposal is a carry value, ne? And now what's nice about this is I've already calculated the carry value. So it's that 123, 120. But let me show you in any case, if I didn't ask you the what do you call it, the asset register, you could have done it like this. You take the 180, ne? You subtract the opening balance of the accumulated, and you subtract the pro rata. Okay, and it's always good to write that down as a calculation because you might earn marks there. Okay, then I need my depreciation, which I will do for you now. Cost price, I just follow all my cost prices. So I've got a 270 plus 320 minus 180 gives me the cost, which is what? Oh, guess what? They gave it to me separately. So which is the ones I have left the end of the year? The old and the new. Can you see it's 14? And then I need the accumulated. Now up until here, you must not have a problem. Okay, usually the more complicated part is working out this depreciation. Okay, so with this depreciation, please guys get into the habit of saying to me, depreciation here. Then you show me your calculations on the paper itself. You say you got the sold, the new, and the old. So the sold one, you're going to take that pro rata, the 6480. It's already there, and by showing it, you'll get a bagel. Okay. The new one is most now easy. I take the 320. I know it's diminishing balance, but because it's new, I work on the cost. So I say 20%, ne? For how many months? I bought it 1st June. So it's June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, 9 months. So that gives me How much? 48,000. Okay. So, and now I need the old one. Now what's nice, and this is why this is nice, because if they didn't give it to me like this, they gave it to me all as totals, I would have had to go and say, oh, you know what, the opening balance of 270 less the asset disposal of 180 gives me 90. And I will work on the 90 less the accumulated the start of the year, less the accumulated the start of the year. Ne? You guys get what I'm saying? I see eyes going wide. So when I work out on diminishing balance method and I do the old one, it will always be like this. Remember, I want the cost price less the accumulated, ne, to give me the carry value times 20. Okay, that's what I want to do. So how am I going to do it? So the cost price of the old one, I will literally take, let me just do this, I will take the opening, the 270, ne, and I will subtract the 180, you see, so that will give me the asset that's left over, the cost price, you see. And what's nice about this exercise, they already gave it to me, you see, you guys get it. Then I will subtract the accumulated. So the accumulated, the start of the year was 84,720, and I will subtract the opening accumulated of the one that I sold, the 5,400, and that will give me what? 34,320. Is that what you get? I just need you, when we look at this, that you can see in the end, can you see what I did, ne? Is I said this total here was 270, right? So if I say 270 less 180, I'm left with the old one. Because usually what they will do is they will not be nice to you and give it like this. They will just say vehicles have an opening balance of 270 and an accumulated depreciation balance of 84,720. That's how they usually give it to you, right? Okay, so this exercise is such a beautiful exercise because now I can show you how you get to this stuff and you can actually literally see what you end up with. Because the whole purpose of what I'm doing is I want to take the total and in the end be left with the vehicle that's not sold. That's what I want to do. Okay, so what I did first, I know it's cost price less accumulated. So the cost price of the total, so this is the old and the sold, less the sold gives me the old. Okay, but because it's diminishing balance method, I need to subtract the accumulated depreciation. But now I remember, oh, the accumulated must also be the start of the year. Ne? I can't do it the end of the year. So let's go to the start of the year. So I go, look, this is also the old and the sold one. Ne? If I add them, subtract the sold one, I'm left with the old one. You see? And then I get the carry value of the old one. And what is that? It's going to be what? 50 something? 55? Like that. Okay, now, the other method that I taught you, now can you see, with this, it's actually so easy. You could have just gone and say, oh, I only want that. You see? Can you see I'm ending with that? You see? Okay. Now, remember when I first explained to you how to calculate the old one, I told you you're going to take the carry value total less the carry value sort. Now, remember that's what I said. I remember I said it. Okay, so what was the carry value of the total? It was that 185. Ne? And then I subtract the carry value of the one that I sold. And can you see, again, you're going to get 55,680. You're going to get the same. Because what did I do? Do you see that the 270 less the 84 will give you the carry value of 185? And the 180 less the 150, 5400 will give you the carry value there. So it's exactly the same thing I did. So you can use whatever of the two methods makes most sense to you in a test. I personally think this one is the easiest, né? Because it's less. But I mean, if this one makes sense to you, then you use that one. I just need you to see where the figures come from, and it's actually not so overwhelmingly difficult as what you make it. Ne? Okay, so what is that then in the end? So in the end, it's going to be the 55,680 times 20%. And that gives me what? 186. Okay, so if I add those three, and can I tell you, this will be a bagel. This will be 2 marks. If you're lucky, grade 12, they'll give you 1 mark for that. This will be 2 marks. See? And then when I add them, I get this depreciation is how much? Let's just quickly finish. Like that. Okay, now you can go and say this minus minus block and top, or you can just straight say 185 plus minus minus, and what's my carry value?
544.
Okay, less the 5, and the 544 less the 000 gives me
93456.
Okay, tomorrow we'll mark 9, eh?